Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this week's upload. Today, back in Premiere Pro, teaching you guys how to add some really cool effects to your videos. These effects are mostly targeted towards Fortnite Montages, because I know that's what a lot of you guys are making. They literally work for any type of video you're making, so it's all about messing around and trying different things out and just seeing what works. But I will show you how to get these into Premiere Pro and how you can use them in some ways. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first things first, load up your Premiere Pro, start a new project, and then import the clips that you want to use. I have a few clips here for demonstration. If you guys don't know how to make a new project or import clips, just don't know the basics of Premiere Pro, I suggest you going and watching my last tutorial, which was basics of Premiere Pro, as well as if you want to know a bit more, as well as watching my Fortnite Montage tutorial, because that also helps a lot with learning the software. But if you guys do know how to do all of this, then first things first is go over to the first link in the description. It should take you to my Google Drive, and there you can download the effects pack. It has 3 effects, I believe: smooth transitions, the 20 glitch transitions, and the handheld movement effect. If you download them and it goes into a RAW file and you don't have WinRAR, go ahead and download WinRAR. Link to WinRAR will be down in the description. I'm not quite sure if you'll need it, but if it downloads as a RAR file or a zip file, you just have to right click on the RAR file and then click extract before you can actually import it into Premiere Pro. But once you've got it all set up, first things first is go up to these 3 little lines right here, click import presets, and then go ahead and find where you stored these effects. So here I've got the handheld movement, smooth transitions, and 20 glitch transitions. For the handheld movement and the 20 glitch transitions, all you want to do is double click, find the PRF preset, and then navigate yourself to the effects panel. Go to presets. I've got mine right here and here, and as you can see, I've got all of these effects, and it is the exact same thing for the handheld movement. So go ahead and get those imported. Okay, so once you've got both of those imported, go ahead. Now what we want to open is the smooth transitions. So go up to File, Import, and then go ahead and find the smooth transitions pack. Go here and then just open that. And when this comes up, just make sure Input Entire Project is selected. Press OK, and it should appear up the top here. And as you can see in my project media, I've got this little folder here, and it has all of these different effects. Alright, first effect I will show you guys how to use is the handheld movement. I love to use this on text. It just spices it up, so it's not just a stationary, just text not moving. And that's pretty boring to look at. It makes it a little more entertaining. If you guys don't have like a face cam and you rather use text to do like an intro or whatever you want to use text for, it's really handy to use this effect. It just makes it look so much better. So go ahead and find where you've imported fake handheld movement. Go ahead and open that file up. And I find that for text, the best one I like to use is wide smooth motion. It just gives it a nice little hovering effect. So go ahead and drag that onto your text. And now, as you can see, when I play it, it just hovers around and it looks a bit more interesting. Alright, moving on to the next transition, we're going to be using one of the smooth transitions. So go ahead over to the little file here, double click that, or go up to the transitions bin. Go ahead and navigate yourself to there, and then you have all of these different effects. So I'm going to be using pan left. All you want to do is double click that and it will open a new sequence. Just go ahead and drag your cursor so it selects all of them, and then press Ctrl C. Now go back to your other sequence. Mine's called Fortnite blah blah blah. Just go over there and then go to the end of the clip where there is no videos and press Ctrl V. And then as you can see, it pastes it here. And now go ahead and drag it over so it goes on top between, so it fits in between the two different clips. To get that to play back smooth, just go a bit before the transition, press I, and then go a bit after the transition and press O, and then go up to sequence and select render into out. Now once that is finished rendering, it should play back nice and smooth. So that works the exact same for any one of these other effects. If I wanted to do the rotation right effect, it's the exact same process. Just double click, copy and paste it, and then drag it between the clip. So that is pretty straightforward. Moving on to the next effect, which will be the exposure effect. So what I want to happen is to do a little flash, my screen to have an outburst of exposure when I hit the shot. So to do this, all you want to do is go ahead and make sure your clip is selected. Go up to the top here and find the effect controls. So I'm already on it. You just click these little tabs here. Now once you've got that set up, just go ahead into the effects panel and search up Lumetri color. Once you've searched that up, it should pop up under color correction, and just drag that onto your clip just like so. And now I have the Lumetri color effect added on into my effect controls, as you can see here. Just go over to the basic corrections, click that drop down menu, and as you can see here it says exposure. Now move your little marker here, this little blue marker here, and you can use your arrows to find exactly where you want it to start. Basically, this is where I've exactly hit the shot. Now once I found that, I've got that all set up, just go over here to exposure and click this little stopwatch effect, and it should turn blue and make a little keyframe right here. Now what I want to do is go back 3 frames, 1, 2, 3, and just click this little it looks like a diamond, and just click that and it should make another keyframe. Now go back to your middle keyframe, the first one we made, and then go, I like to count about 10 or 11 frames from there. So I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then just go ahead and click that diamond again. Now we've got these keyframes selected, go ahead and go back to your middle keyframe. Whenever you hover over keyframe, this will turn blue, so you'll know you're over the keyframe. So go hover over that keyframe and then bump your exposure up to 7, I find is the sweet spot. And now it looks like this. And it looks really nice when you do it to the beat of a song, or have a sound effect, or even just by itself, it adds a bit of an effect, and it adds a bit of effect when you hit the shot. Now, one little important thing you want to be doing all the time when you video edit is, once you've made a major change or once you've added a new effect, just go ahead and press Control S and make sure you save so you don't lose your whole project. And it's happened to me so many times, so it's really handy to make sure you don't lose your project. Alright, for the next effect, I will be using one of the 20 glitch transitions. So first things you want to do when using these transitions is always use an adjustment layer. So to get an adjustment layer, just go down to the new item icon, go up to adjustment layer, and this should pop up, and just press OK. Now scroll to the bottom where it's been made and drag it over your clip. And now I like to count 5 frames for each side, so 10 frames in total. So I'm gonna go 5 left and 5 right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of the excess, go back to the middle, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now we've got that perfectly centered over the middle between these 2 clips. And just go up to presets, find your 20 glitch transitions, and the one I want to use is blob push left. So I'm going to drag that over, and then this looks really nice. And then again, to have that playback smoothly, just press I and O around the clip so it makes these little brackets, go up to sequence, and render into out. Alright, now for the next effect, this one's called the screen pump. And basically what I want to do, basically what this does, it zooms in a little bit when I hit the shot, and it adds a cool little effect. So I'm going to go ahead and place my marker right here, where the shot connects. And basically go ahead and make sure your clip's selected, go up to effect controls, and this time click the little stopwatch for scale. Once you've made that first keyframe, go back 3 frames, 1, 2, 3, then click that little diamond button. Now you're gonna go back to the first keyframe, then go forward 4 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if it doesn't look good, you can always try spreading out the keyframes a bit more, or making them a bit closer so the pump's a bit faster. As I've said in the past, it's all about seeing what works for you, because obviously our clips aren't going to be the same. So yeah, just see what works for you, and if this works, that's great. But if it doesn't, just try and mess around and see what works for you. Anyways, going back to the effect controls panel, go move your marker so it's positioned over the middle keyframe. And then what you want to do is change your scale. I'm going to zoom mine in I'm going to change my scale to about 140. And then let's see what that looks like. And that looks really cool. Like, it gives a bit of a nice, little pump effect. No pun intended. And it looks really nice, and it just makes it a bit more interesting than the normal shot. And then you can also add, as well as the screen pump, you can add your RSMB, which I show you how to use in the Fortnite Montage editing tutorial if you want to check that out. And it will look cool with the motion blur. Or you could add this effect as well as the exposure effect. You could add one of the glitch effects onto it. As you can see, I can go over to gentle shake if I add that here. That gives a cool effect if you guys want to try that out, and if you like that. But again, you don't have to use these effects how I tell you to. You can mess around with it and just make it your own, and that's what it's all about. You know, creating your own videos. It's all about you and what you like. Okay, so I've added a few more effects on my own. The first one being this combination of the static glitch and the string glitch, and this is what it looks like. And I've got it between when I shoot and then when I've got the kill. So it ends when I get the kill, and then it starts when I shoot. And then I've added this, it's called the split zoom, and I've added that over the screen pump. So when the screen pump starts, I've placed the adjustment layer with this effect on it, and it looks like that, and it just adds a bit more of a oomph to the screen pump. And then I have added just a simple zoom out. I've added a nice smooth zoom out, which I have not rendered, to another text at the end of the video. So you kind of get the idea of how to use these effects. Again, you don't have to use them how I've done. This is just my interpretation of what I've wanted to do with these effects, but honestly, the best way to learn video editing is just to experiment, try new things. Obviously, keep watching tutorials, but this is just how you can use these effects. But I'm not telling you guys where to use these effects. This is just an idea of how you can use them. But yeah, go ahead and try and use these in your own way, and that's honestly the best way to do it. But yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you found this useful, and if you did, please consider subscribing and also leaving a like. If anything didn't make sense in this video, definitely go check out my previous tutorials. I pretty much explain the basics of Premiere Pro, like how to trim clips, how to import. And then if you guys want a more detailed tutorial on how to make a montage, go ahead and check out my Fortnite montage editing tutorial. But yeah, if this was helpful, please tell me in the comments, and leave a comment on what you guys want me to make next, what you guys need help with, and I'll make sure to make a tutorial on it. Just another quick note, if you guys are looking for an editor or don't have the time to edit yourself, or just don't want to learn, obviously I advise you to learn the software. It's really helpful in the long run. But I actually do have a Fiverr gig where I do video editing. for pretty cheap. It's only like $10, and I'll make you guys a full montage or YouTube video or whatever you guys need. But yeah, go definitely check that out. The link will be in the description. As well as all the credit where I've gotten these effects from, because these are my favorite effects that I've been using in most of my videos. And a few of them are made from Cinecom, and then there's another one that I don't quite know the name of, but I'll leave their YouTube channels in the description. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.